Okay. All right. I'm gonna start this video off by remember everything happens, and we don't really pay attention to it, but time. But those are like our markers. I remember Bobby Hemming say, always watch the dates. The dates are very important. I was like, okay. So dates are very important. So what if you know you all have to pose questions to yourself. That's the only way you can stretch things or stretch the mind. They said, don't bend the spoon, bend your mind around the spoon. I said, okay. So what if certain things are happening in intervals, time intervals, but don't understand it. There's certain things how they happen. Things are happening in time intervals, but it's just going a little backwards as we move forward. So watch this. Yeah, think about it. I'll just throw a number out there, maybe 5,000 time-wise. You think about it, could be minutes, days, maybe years, seconds, maybe days, hours. You never know. But time intervals happen. So it's always good that, there's just energies around you. Energies, was it light or dark? There's nothing wrong with it. You just understand and harness it, or understand to bend your mind around it. So, I came across this, and just gonna make a point, and not gonna make this very long. All right.
By the Scorpion King guy?
Yes, but he only awakens once every 5,000 years.
Right. And if someone doesn't kill him, then he's gonna wipe out the world.
How did you know?
I didn't. But that's always the story.
The last known expedition to actually reach Amshir was sent by Ramesses IV, more than 3,000 years ago. He sent over 1,000 men.
None of them was ever seen again.
How did you know?
I didn't, but that's always the story.
Did I know he awakens once every 5,000 years?
Right. And if someone...
Yes, but he only awakens once every 5,000 years.
Right.
Yes, but he only awakens once every 5,000 years.
Right. And if someone doesn't kill him, then he's gonna wipe out the world.
This is good news, Mr. Powell. But remember, we have only a single opportunity to retrieve the two halves of the tribe. And if we fail, we must wait another 5,000 years. We have only a single opportunity to retrieve the two halves of the tribe. And if we fail, we must wait another 5,000 years.
Well, I don't know about you, but that's more time than I'm prepared to commit to this enterprise.
We shall be ready.
Trust me.
All right, we're back in the book. All right, men reading out of Initiation by Elizabeth Hayek. Okay. All right. The religious symbols of the new era are fishes and the Virgin, the two complementary signs. The Son of God chooses his co-workers from other fishermen. He pays the tax he owes to the earth with a golden coin, which he takes from the mouth of a fish. He draws forth for humanity the nourishment of his teaching from these two complementary signs. But his teachings are heard by people of varying degrees of development. To those who have already awakened in spirit and have therefore attained the fifth level, the spiritual plane, to these 5,000 people, he gives all his teachings, the two fishes and the 5 loaves, the 5 grains of wheat on the ear and the hand of the Virgin in her symbolic representation. But even the 5,000 people who are already awakened in spirit cannot completely receive his highest ideas, not even in an entire epoch of the nourishment he has given. There remain 12 baskets of remnants. This means that humanity must learn the mysteries of the self in each manifestation of the 12 signs of the zodiac in order to understand and attain these high truths. Humanity needs 12 epochs, 12 ages. That is a full cosmic year, 25,000 terrestrial years. Okay, so I was saying 5,000 earlier, and look, you got 5,000 people, you got 25,000. So 5,000 times 5 is 25,000. That's terrestrial, that's Earth years. So extraterrestrial is out of space, but there's everything out there is inside of you. So okay, also I remember reading this before at a different part of this year. That's why I remember I brought this. That's why I wasn't just reading this. Something told me to come back to this. But hold on, I'm gonna find this part I remember right to bring y'all to. Then towards the see now look the water bearer. Now check this out. Then towards the end of this era, when the vernal point approaches the next constellation, that the water bearer people make technical discoveries and inventions based on wave energies. Oh, by the way, what I'm reading is Imhotep is speaking to this person that is going through initiation of the mind, that we're going through the mysteries. I want to give you a backdrop of what I've been reading. So this is the person that's actually speaking to Imhotep through different visions and dreams. They're actually speaking to Imhotep. So that was the first Mason. Ha ha. All right. So most Masons actually don't even know that Imhotep is actually the first Mason, a melanated person, a highly melanated person. Not just, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you, but they won't even tell you that. But anyway, I'm going to tell you that. But Imhotep, that's who this person was speaking to in order to receive these transmissions about all these epochs was going on, okay? So the water bearer era, okay? People make technical discoveries and inventions based on wave energies. This is one of the early effects of the budding water bearer era, an age of technical achievement, the radiation of the water bearer constellation, which knows no limitations and sweeps all obstacles out of its path, reveals itself in the ideas and social concepts of humanity. At the end of the era of the fishes, okay, let me stop right there. At the end of the era of the fishes, remember, it's a school of fishes. You know what I'm saying? It's, when you know they say it's called a school, like you say wolves running packs, but fish running schools, the masses. So then we leave there. Look what's going. We have people falling off and dying. This so-called. It's just like I said before in the previous video. It's a spiritual rapture. They don't want to call it that, but the people know. As if you really into your magic shit, you know. To me, I feel like time is reversing. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to so we're leaving so now we're going to the Aquarian age. Okay, remember, everything will start to be revealed. So if this all everything to be revealed, then the more ancient is starting to make its way back. So remember, the sun is something afterwards. Remember, when the Bible said that let there be light, because there was always darkness, chaos. There was always darkness. So the sun comes around, like if it's dark in Africa and it's light, or it's just sunny here in America right now. That's different hemispheres. So if it's dark there, that means the light is just coming around. So that means that motherfucker run around this motherfucker, but it don't really run this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So it's out and about. That's the illusion of something else, because it comes from something greater, the darkness. So the darkness will be revealed because it's something older. Just like you have Typhonian was before the other the kings. They said, who used to rule here before? A bunch of gods used to rule. So the Typhonian, the great dragon, when they separate the vulture and the cobra on the crown, that means, wait a minute, you gotta think about it. That means you put them together, that pretty much makes a dragon. So they separated it. I mean, what is that? Upper and Lower Egypt, pretty much. And they was warring at one part. They were trying to merge the two, but you can't merge it unless you go back to what is older. So if you're looking at epochs, 5,000 years, right? That's why. That's why shit is going. That's why everything. I'm not trying to get y'all. You know what I mean? I'm looking at everything how it come. I'm just trying to look at everything. That's what we stopped at. So these new energies cause great revolutions in the places where people react most powerfully to them. I see characteristics of the new coming era: decapitations of otherwise kills countless people of the upper class. Okay, a vision from the time when the energies of the water bearer are working with full power shows me that the great teacher of this epoch abolishes all the boundaries between the three dominant religions. See? That means that's the sun. See? I didn't even read into it that far. It was just something just told me to keep going. But I remember reading something told me to go back to this and bring this up to this point. The three dominant religions would be Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, right? So that's the world base. That's the school, master school fish, the fish. Okay? With his own person, he proves that the inner core of all religions is one and the same truth, one and the same God, the mind. The boundary between religion and science disappears too, as people discover that everything, even matter, is a wave movement. They learn that the only differences between manifestations of the spirit and those of matter are differences of frequency, while in its essence everything is only the manifestation of the one single prime source, primal, that which is that one before. See? While in its essence everything is only the manifestation of the one single, the one point, the circle and the dot, 12, King Arthur and the Round Table, 12 disciples and the Savior. You're your own savior. You follow nothing. You accumulate as much information as you can to show you that you are your own deity. It's the same God. The boundary between religion and science disappears too, as people discover that everything, even matter, is a wave movement. They learn that the only differences between the manifestation of the spirit and those of matter are differences of frequency. While in its essence, everything is only the manifestation of the one single prime source of all sources, all forces, God, generator, operator, and destroyer. Everything is a wave, just as the symbolic representation of the water bearer constellation shows a supernal being pouring waves out of his pitcher, exposing, releasing, because water flows as energy. The influence of the line shows itself in another plane too. The effect of the water bearer is to abolish all boundaries, all limitations, but the absence of boundaries without a concentrating midpoint means mental disease, spiritual death. The boundlessness of the water bearer would affect the unconscious masses as a mental illness running throughout all humanity, causing anarchy and chaos and destroying everything through the complementary sign of the lion. Lion, um, almost like Doth, same thing as Doth. Well, chaos is, and you see that's chaos is melanin, Doth is melanin. That's where all the information is. So when they said bringing order to chaos, controlling your chaos, see, destroying everything through the complementary sign of the lion. However, dominion is concentrated in individual persons, dictators who group the people about themselves and guide them. See, now look, is if you black or label yourself as African American, they can group you up in the shit. You see what I'm saying? I don't label myself as nothing. I don't. I'm a cosmic carbon chaos being. You can't label that. I'm nothing and everything at the same time. So don't give me your title. You know what I'm saying? So when you put you in a title, now you're like Martin Luther King that they said we've been giving you this. So you know what I'm saying? So if you look at that graveyard out there, video I have, um, they use, if you look at it symbolically, that one all the videos I did up in that video, it shows Martin Luther King street leads right into that graveyard. It leads into it first as they're using his mind, his body, but it's the mind of the South dictatorship, pretty much how they was running it back then. And that's when you look into everything symbolically. They use the body of his body, the street as his body, as melanated people. That's the same thing. Wow, that's crazy, but yeah. Let me get back to this. In this epoch, people discover traffic and intercourse with other planets. Boundaries and obstacles disappear, and with them, the isolated state of the Earth in cosmic space. Let me get it to where you can really see those. The camera turn, because I had it sideways. Come on. Humanity is governed from one center, one stable, one shepherd. See, that means you have to become your own deity. You can't follow. That's why nobody can go to church. Nobody can go to nowhere. Because the planet is changing and is growing back. It's going higher spiritually, and most people can't make it. That's just the truth. A lot more people are gonna go. The eternal wheels roll on, and the earth moves into a new epoch under the sign of the goat and its complementary constellation, the crab. People direct their attention to the earth again, noticing that although their marvelous Mother Earth, in this epoch, they solve the problem of conquering earth. The sign of the goat belongs to the earthly face of God. People design a special machine based on the same principle as that of our Ark of the Covenant. See, the Ark is the mind. Remember, that's the brain actually. Because when the flood came, he put it was two. You got the female and the male, the two per animal. So the ark, so when the brain washed over, the mind was still as balanced. It's symbolic. The flood was the brain to bring in a new illusion. Okay, all right. Let me see. Let me keep going. The sign of the goat belongs to the earthly face of the God. I already read that part already. Okay, with it, they control the weight of matter. That is, they can, so you can see what I'm reading. They can overcome the Earth's gravitational pull. See? Gravitational pull. That's why people are leaving. You're not seeing people leave. Like, remember, they just had those movies in church. They used to scare you, Left Behind. But yeah, if you still hear, it's like, oh, yeah, nah. Because they know this shit was going to happen like this already. They want to make you feel like I want to get ready for heaven. Heaven is what's already around you. Spiritually, it's already changing. You don't realize what's going on. That was, what do you call that? That was, they use that as like, publication for entertainment publication, but falsified. See, they know people are going to be dying. They thinking like, oh, I don't want to be left behind on Earth. But like the people, but you scared. You wearing masks, you scared, but ain't that your God? You supposed to be worshiping. Why you scared for? That's crazy. That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you know. Those ones, they know who they are. Anyway, let's keep going. See, it shows. It shows. Or you just paying your tithes. You don't even realize you're supposed to pay 10% to yourself, and everything else goes to the work. See, crazy how they do it, man. It's crazy, extreme. People communicate with each other directly through the earth in the depths of the mountains in short, straight lines instead of taking the long way around the earth. The new machine of theirs radiates an energy which dematerializes everything in front of it, thus moving forward quickly, freely, without let or hindrance. At the same time, it spews out condensing and solidifying radiations behind it, restoring the matter of the earth to its original condition. People have conquered matter, with the energy of ultramatter. This enables them to penetrate into the depths of the earth and harness for the service of mankind the enormous forces and energies raging there like primordial volcanoes. Okay, primordial, that which is first. All right.